Can you
can't
hear
hear
me?
you. You have to put this closer. I know.
Hello, I'm Georgie Chapman. I was born in Brooklyn, raised on Long Island. I'm a mother and a grandmother. My definition of culture is culture means the awareness of a group of people or society that governs their existence. In our country, we don't learn about ethics until higher education, and I propose that we bring it at a much earlier age. I feel that hate is taught, but I also think that love can be taught. And self-love is the beginning of mental health, and ethics is the guideline to that awareness. I had a difficult childhood. I grew up thinking I was broken, damaged, ashamed. I learned to hide, and I could do that right now if I could, learn to hide, run and hide, and listen to every sound in the house. And I learned that attention was not the thing you wanted, so it was very difficult. And then one day I heard Jiminy Cricket sing the song, "When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are," and that changed me. I had hope in my heart for tomorrow. But the other song that meant a lot to me was "Over the Rainbow," and I wanted my home to be over that rainbow, where there was love and caring and peace, and I dreamt for that every day of my life.
Excuse me, your beautiful face and voice is covered by the computer.
Yes.
You put it over there.
How
One
about if I change your slides?
Would you please?
Yes, I would be happy to do that.
Okay, and all through my life I had this thought in my head that someday I'd wake up and be 54 years old. I have no idea what it meant, and if it was the beginning of the end or just another birthday, or if I was lucky enough to live to be 54. And then on my 54th birthday, I was offered a gift to go to see a psychiatrist. I had been before, and my big takeaway, even though it was painful, was I had to learn to love myself. But nobody could teach me how to do that. I wasn't sure and I couldn't learn it. So anyhow, I went to this lady and she was just charming, and it was as painful as I thought it would be. But I went back. I found the courage to go back, and 10 years later, I'm not going back anymore because she's moved away. But she was charming. I learned so much from her. I learned what you fight against weakens you, what you fight for strengthens you. You don't believe everything you think. And I lost my place. And I'm so sorry. Take your time. And we have to go through the pain. There's no getting over anything. You have to go through the pain and get to forgiveness. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. And not take it personally, and understand it's more about them than it ever was about you. So one night I was watching TV. I had remote control, it was all mine. And I came across a man who was talking about ethics. And I listened to him so intently, and I believed and remembered that my parents might have loved us, but they didn't know how to treat us with respect nor each other. So that was just these words just meant the world to me. So I sat down one night in my father's chair, and I looked around at the empty table, and I remembered, and I prayed for all the help there was in the universe to help these words come alive. And they did. I started writing. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I started writing, and out came a white bear, and then out came a lightning bug. And the white bear, actually in Canada, every 10th black bear is born white, and is known as the spirit bear. So, and I named my white bear, One Song, which means universe, and it's the one song of the universe is love. And my lightning bug I named Flint, for the spark of love in everybody's heart. And I started to write, and it was just magical. I loved every minute of it. And that was my awakening. And here are the four meanings. I knew ethics meant to do the right thing, but I didn't know that there were 4 meanings of the word. And everyone meant so much to me. And then the more I wrote about it and thought about it, then if I treated myself with ethics, then I would have every reason to love myself. And I could be somebody with respectability. And that just sounded so right and so full of love and hope. So I took the word ethics because it was a very dry word, and I had it write out, every true heart is a caring spirit, so people could remember it easier. And every true heart is a caring spirit, to make it easier. A Journey to Your Heart is the first fable in the series. I've got 3 more that go with it. Who am I? What am I about? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? And I'm an okay kind of guy. The first one was the most important because it talked about ethics. After that, they're almost like bedtime stories. Anyway, and I wanted to quote to start with my my fable so people would know what it was about. And I found a lovely quote from Dalai Lama saying, "We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we find peace with ourselves." And that was exactly what I wanted, and I found peace with myself through ethics. And my daughter is a teacher, and I wrote his organization and got permission to use his quote, so I could stand behind him, which is lovely company, obviously. Anyway, my daughter is a teacher. My daughter is a teacher in Connecticut in a Waldorf school, and she's just introduced Flint and One Song to the class, and the kids are mesmerized by it. They love the talking stick because it holds a place for love, because they learn to listen, treating others the way they want to be treated. It's everything you've heard your whole life, just really said a little differently. And I think my time is up, I hope.
No. It isn't. You have to show and tell.
Oh, I have to show and tell.
This is just too good.
So here's my one song. I have a friend of mine, Nick, so I'm going to sign everyone has handed me. I signed the bottom of it. And here's the...
How about if I hold it?
Oh, thank you. And here's the talking stick. My voice is cracking. And it's just been a wonderful thing. Actually, I went home to take care of my mom before she passed. And everybody who came to see her wrote on her bear. And their loving thoughts. I mean, it was just, she reached 100 years old. And it was just a wonderful thing. And she was stuck with it every night. You know, every life that you wouldn't see again. It was these wonderful thoughts. So that's my tool. And it's been wonderful. So, we cut to this beautiful bag. Am I done yet?
No.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
And here's a beautiful, beautiful book. So I could teach myself to matter. I taught myself that I could matter if I lived my ethics. And that was the answer that I longed for my whole entire life. And I do hope that we can bring it in at a much earlier age. And thank you so much for having me here today. I can't tell you. It means so much to me. Thank you so much, everybody.
Because we have 1 minute left, I'm going to tell you that I fell in love with Journey to Your Heart and have used this in my own family. We use children's circles, and the staff is a perfect talking stick. And so on our holidays, we get all of the kids together, my grandkids and great-grandkids, and we do a children's talking circle. And then the kids can write how the fable made them feel on the bear. So we now have a completely filled white bear with emotions from those kids. So it's just a beautiful tool. Thank you, Georgie, for creating it.
I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much.
And the fable is amazing.
Okay.